Hi all. What an evening last night. Just got to say, I had what seemingly was a 6-round tournament, as I mentioned, 2 games with each person. I had, I think, a 120 junior in the first round, and I managed to lose the exchange, but then I played a bishop sack and exposed his king, and it was eventually all over after that. In the second game, we reached a rook and bishop ending, and he managed to blunder his bishop after like winning a pawn on h4. So I was off to a good start. Then I played Robin Oakley from Qing2 Chess Club, a friend of Costas Karyanis. And in the first game I was white in the Syrian English attack, and I just had a very strong attacking position. But at one point was when he had played b takes c2, I forgot that he was attacking my rook on d1, and I just carried on with my attack, and he missed playing c2 takes d1. Anyway, and my attack broke through, and when I was black, he played a very early queen h5 against the French, and he completely surprised me. And then there was bishop g5, kind of was checkmating my queen if I had to play f6. So I ended up going nearly 2 pawns down straight out of the opening with my king on f8. Miraculously later, I got some tactics going, and won both his rooks, like one after another. So that was Robin Oakley. So I was on 4 out of 4. In the third round, I was playing I am Lawrence Trent. There were some title players there. There was Odeon and there was Chernaev, Russian GM Chernaev. And as black, he played an unusual opening. I was worried about my double pawns in the centre after he'd done bishop takes d6. And then his knight went to h4. He had knights on h4 and f4 and a knight on e7. And he played this rook e7. And I realised it was all over because my king was on h8. And so basically I was going to be falling victim for knight g6 check, and one of the knights to g6. And I thought, oh dear, I think this is the end of my tournament. Forget any idea of winning a prize in this tournament. But in the second game, I played the Halloween system, the Halloween gambit, and he seemed uncomfortable, and he seemed to be getting dark square issues. And I was better, and he was like running short of time, and I couldn't believe it. This is a 2-3-5 ECF on rapid play. I think about 2-3-5 on long games. A 2-3-5. So basically, we scrambled in this ending, and I was like rook against knight in this ending, and he offered a draw, and like a chicken, I kind of accepted it, even though, but I wasn't sure of the situation of what would be considered to be like mating material. Because let's think about this getting hacked here. But apparently it's not like ICC. You've got to consider like self-mate. So if I did lose on time with the rook, I would have lost on time. So anyway, it kind of haunted me a little bit that I was a bit annoyed that I didn't play for a win against him. Having such a good position with very little losing chances, because really I was still potentially ahead on time. I think I'm getting really hacked up here because of takes, NF takes G6. Which is a shame. Oh dear. I just sacked the queen. Is he going to take the queen? So I dropped 1.5 points. This is really all over now. I think I should resign this. Anyway, maybe I can fill in so I can play the next game without too much commentary. So I dropped 1.5 points at round 3. So in round 4, I wasn't bothered anymore, and I was playing a good friend Nxd4, and I had a very dodgy win with White where he was better, and then I sort of had a much better win with Black. And then after that, I was playing another good friend, Costas Carrionis, so Fat and Mad. And in the first game, I played a very unusual opening. And, Knight C3 and Rook B1. And it sort of paid off. I got a favourable kind of French defence where he couldn't play an easy C5. So I won that first game. In the second game, I was the exchange down. He should have just tried to exchange rooks, but he allowed this vicious tactic with like Queen E1, because if it takes, then there was Bishop F3 mate. So I beat Costas twice, and in the final round I was against Russian GM Chernayev, and with Black I played. I wonder if I can just. I'll get a new window here, a new game board. It was a bit like this: E4 C6. So I was Black, and I can just tell the gist of it. I played E5, and it went like this, sort of old Indian. And later, I had actually done this manoeuvre Knight H7 and Bishop G5, and his dark squares just later fell apart. This is the gist of it. Sorry, it's not really the exact move order. But I followed the dark square strategy and managed, to get a lot of squares, and I actually beat Chernayev with Black. And in the final round, and the final game, the second game, I was, crushing Chernayev again. And but unfortunately, it wasn't like clear. This ending kept on going on and on. During the game, I thought this is like an endless ending, and I eventually lost on time. But anyway, I'd come second equal last night. So I'm pretty pleased this morning. I'm sorry about this atrocious game, by the way. I think casting kingside into this attack wasn't the smartest move. So if you want to get smashed in the friends, this is the way to do it. Because I'm just going to play G4 and F5. maybe because F5 is difficult as well. But anyway, I'm pleased about last night. I'll try to do better in the second game this morning. Alright, yeah, please leave me any comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.